Harry. That doesn't sound that unhealthy. So how are you otherwise, other than breaking your diet? Was it worth it? Mm-hmm. Nice. It wasn't worth it? What do you mean it wasn't worth it? I don't know. I'm like, should we look for more RPG? Should we, like, would you prefer something like that, or do you want to play something specific? Or, I don't know. Booga booga. Booga booga. Bugatti. A Bugatti. Let me see. I think the only one I wanted to try was the Inhuman one. You liked it? I'm glad you liked it. So we can do that, yeah. Okay. Oh, turns out I'm going on a trip tomorrow. On the trip. So it'll be Tuesday that I have just my face stream. So for until Friday, I think. That's what it's gonna be. I just vacuumed. Let me move this a little bit over here, because I tend to move my face over here when I'm... Yes. Show me tutorial. Show me what I don't know. So it looks like it's a little bit like Five Nights.
Welcome to your first day of training. Today we'll be running through the basics on your job as the zone inspector. Don't worry about making any mistakes. It's better if you screw up today than tomorrow. Once you're ready, grab the keys and head outside to the checkpoint, and I'll guide you through the basics.
Okay. Key. I'm going.
Alright, see this civilian? Notice how they have minor bruising on their arm? Head over to the inspection board and press the symptoms tab at the top.
What do I do? I did it!
Minor bruising is a safe symptom.
Oh.
Meaning it has no correlation to the infection. Since we see no other symptoms, this means you can safely send this civilian to the survivor block. Click Send to Survivor block on the inspection board to do so. Here comes the next civilian. It looks like their skin is abnormally pale and gray. Like before, check the Symptoms tab to look for information on what this could mean. Looks like pale gray skin could be a possible sign of the infection, but it's not a guaranteed, so you should just send the civilian to quarantine and deal with them later. Click Send to Quarantine block on the Here comes the next civilian in line. Looks like this civilian has weird green skin. Again, you should check the symptoms board to see what this means. Uh-oh. Looks like green skin is a sign of the infection. This civilian should be liquidated. Head back to the
Liquidate.
tab and click Send to Liquidation block to do so.
Oh, okay. Hi, good evening. Good evening.
Looks like the generator needs fuel. Head over to the
Some new
liquidation
game
block and buy gas from the merchant.
called
and then head over to
Inhuman.
the generator to refuel it.
Refuel generator from gas. Oh. So where's the gas thing? Oh. Hello. Okay, what do I call you? It's a little complicated. Y'all get the easy way. Y'all can just type it.
One last thing. Remember that civilian you sent to the quarantine block earlier? We can deal with them now. Head over to the quarantine block near the checkpoint.
Mars? That's cute. That's cute, Mars. Quarantine block, quarantine block. Liquidation block. There it is. Okay.
Head into the quarantine room and tell the civilian you want to examine them. Use your skills you've learned to determine where the civilian should go. Once you're done, head back to the shack.
How do I talk to you? Hello. Oh, they've got blood on them now. How do I do it? Do I sit in here and do it, or... Oh my gosh. How do I... How do I do this? You did? Liquidation, liquidation. Do you know how to open this door? Or am I crazy? Am I just being goofy? Good lord. How do I do this? Okay, okay. I just did it. Let me in. Let me in. Oh, I walk through. I walk through. I'm an idiot. Excuse me. Where are you going? Oh, never mind. You're not running away, my bad. Yeah, no, this is bad. You're in bad condition, young man. Yes, I do. Where do we go now? You and me? Where do we? Thank you. Do I go back here? Oh! Yeah, you're getting liquidated. Sorry, bro. You're dead. Exactly, right? You're dead. Do I have to clean the area or something? What am I doing? What's that? What's that, brother? I'm back.
This concludes your training for the day. Remember what you've learned. Tomorrow, it won't just be practice.
We'll just have to see. I earned cash for liquidating people? I like this. I'm a pro. Yeah, I'm a pro. I'm a lead. Alright, so once you're done with the tutorial, I'll be at the first one to the left. Or wait, no. Never mind. That's only single player. I'll be at multiplayer. And the time will be 5:20 on it, so. Oh, you're here. I'm so sorry. I'm here. Sorry about that. Oh! Is that the timer for it? Okay, hold on. Oh, no, it's not. Eat, my bad. No, get back in, get back in. Sorry. I got a little confused. I thought it was the 5 minutes and something seconds, and I was like, that's weird. I was like, I've never heard of the things having a different timer on it every time.
Good evening. This is Channel 8. Reports continue to pour in from across the district as Threshold Station reaches critical capacity.
His voice is so calm.
Has become the final line of defense against
the final line of defense. The Colossus of Cloud.
Officials are urging all able-bodied citizens to step forward.
Sure.
Failure to contain the threat will result in a full region.
What happened to the channel? It's talking about the end of the world. What happened? $500 a week. Alrighty. Emergency baton. They must resist. I'm telling you.
Hello? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Alright. So, your job here is to make sure you don't let in any doppelgangers. Use your tools and the information board to determine whether someone is a doppelganger or not. If you are 100% sure someone isn't human, then liquidate them. If you're unsure if they are
Say it
human,
so casually.
then send them to quarantine. Otherwise, send them to the survivor block. Oh, and one last thing. Make sure you keep the generator active at all times. Grab the keys and good luck out there.
Aha! Okay. Do we take the emergency baton? Yeah, I had to take it. So. Alright, let me see. Someone has to keep the generator going, so. Let me double check for the... How to revive on what? Ginger Gonzalez. That's ironic, but okay. What's this? They have a drink. You let it in infected. What have you done? Unless they're not that bad. Who knows? Where is the market guy? Okay. Where is the shop? I need to buy the gas from that guy. It's probably in here. You let a zombie break in! What are you doing? Are you just starting stuff? How much money do I have? Oh, you liquidated him. Good. Good. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Let me go to the quarantine real quick, and then I can figure out who's in there right now. Nobody's in here. Everybody's dead. Everybody knows that I know that. Everybody knows that I know. Okay, let me go back. Let me go to the generator. I did it wrong. I'm sorry. I'm going. I'm sorry. Let me Oh I'm negative on money. Are you? You're just killing people and making us broke. I can't buy gas. What are you doing? I like the cough. Okay. You didn't know how to do it? What do you mean? Did you not do the tutorial? You know how to buy the gasoline and stuff, right? Okay. As long as you know something. Skip. Skippy, skippy. Skeep! Skeep! Skeep!
Reports continue to pour in from across the district as Threshold Station reaches critical capacity. The checkpoint has become the final line of defense against the infiltration.
Alrighty, alrighty. We all have to vote to choose. What? No! No, we don't.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Give me my keys.
Alright.
Give me my keys!
So, your job here is to make sure you don't let in any doppelgangers. Use your tools and the information board to determine whether someone is a doppelganger or not. If you are 100% sure someone isn't human, then liquidate them. If you're unsure if they are human, then send them to quarantine. Otherwise, send them to the survivor block.
Ugh.
Oh, and one last thing.
Okay, let me look.
Make sure you keep the generator active at all times.
Got it? You want to tell us what to do, Nugget?
Good luck out there.
I can't take you seriously. I think I know what to do. But we are gonna need someone in charge of... Oh my. Wow, there's a ton of... Ooh, oh. He's got something. He's got polka dots. He's got polka dots. He's got a rash. It's an allergy, though. I think we can let you go. Is he an innocent? Oh, okay. His heart rate's really high and his temperature's really high. Oh my god. Come on, y'all, stop. Maybe we should put her in the, what's it called? She looks pretty spiffy. Oh, she's got the sniffle whiffles. Or does she? Oh, honey, you're a mess. Ooh. Noah money. Sweating. Interesting. Oh my god, let me on you. Let me know. Oh my gosh, let me do what I want to do. No. No. Ugh. She's looking... Sure! Looks like I know what I'm doing. Is his face bloated? Oh, girl, you're gone. You're going. Bye. Bye. Oh, generator. Your job, classy. Oh, you're playful. Oh, you're sneezing. Ew. Get away from me. You weirdo. I think you're good. I think you're just sneezing. Whoa, 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 whoa! Mm-hmm. Otherwise you let zombies in. What is up with your mouth? Is that a... I don't know why it looks like a rose in his mouth. But it's probably not. He's a romantic. Okay. I don't think he has anything. I think he's good. Bye. Oh. Nope, you're bad. You're bad. Sorry. You're goner. Then they attack you. Oh no, that guy's not going. Nope, you're bye. Bye-bye. You. Who let them in? Oh, you're not coming in. Minor bruising. I guess so. I think so. I don't know how to tell if their face is bloated, though. That makes... Oh, wait, no. Theirs looks different. It's bloated. I sent him to quarantine. You're just angry. You're just in a bad mood. Where you at, zombie? Yeah, I thought so. You just seem like you're a little moody. Yeah, you're safe. You're just bad. Hello. Oh, you're coughing. Oh my. You seem fine. You're good. Get your match. I don't know. I think you're just supposed to finish a day of it. It's like a shift of it. We have 38 to go. I don't want to. I think it's to get a certain amount of money. I don't know. I think. Oop, I died. Hello. I died. Because you're impatient? I don't know. What do you think of this game? They don't? It is very tedious. If you want to do something else or just go back to the RPG, that's fine with me. Yeah. Let me see if I can move this over here while I bring this over here. I don't want to be a dual wielder anymore. I want to go back to Defender. Let me defend. Yes, it's working now. Thank you. So where are you at? Yoshi. You just running around? Okay. New Alice. Oh my gosh. No, no, leave me alone. Can't stop looking at us. Okay. Cause you know them skates are important. Ooh, their dragon is pretty. That's cute. Girl, where did you get that cute outfit? That's so cute. Oof. Oh, that was fast. Okay. I might be on not that late today, just because I want to get my bag packed. I have some laundry to do, and I have to get ready for tomorrow because I think we're going to be going somewhat early. I know, me too. But I'll definitely be on a lot longer tomorrow, I think. Once I'm there and everything. So maybe like 1:30. Yes. Let's assume after 10. What? What? Yes. I like that they're dancing. They're so weird. What? Why? You're not gonna be available tomorrow or what? I don't understand. You keep asking me to walk the plank and it makes no sense. But I'd like to figure out some makeup looks and stuff. I just don't have any ideas right now, really. So ah, I see. Well, it should be till Friday. It should be till Friday. So, don't worry about it. Mm-hmm. We be concerned. I don't think so. I don't think that's gonna work. Oh, so you know, no, I'm on a mission right now. You know on Zelda when it's, hold on, let me pull it up. I'll pull it up. Because I saved it, but... So just hold on. Let me turn this down. So, I'm sure y'all have seen this or something. Like, it's super, I've seen it a couple of times. But, let me turn this down. But, but it's like, I was talking to my sister, like, let me see. So with that in mind, my sister and I were talking about, if I ever made, like, an RPG or something like that. And, how I would definitely make a few characters with dancing stuff going on, because you just need it. But, I was just like, that's such a good idea. I was like, I don't know, because she was talking about the specific part is where he transitions from, in like a spin or something like that, and into the red hair and stuff. And it's really great. But, I was just like, if I had an RPG and I was making some characters and stuff like that, I would definitely have that be one of the main things I work on. The dancing is so important. But I don't animate or anything, so that I'm like, eh. I did a while back. I had this, is it MMD that it's called? Maiku dance thing happening. So it was like those kinds of avatars and things like that, and you could just mess with the stuff and try different moves and everything like that. And I just remember having so much fun with it. But it was like, I don't know. I'm sure there is. I'm sure. But we'd have to see. But I don't know. I just really liked, I don't know. When my sister said it, I was like, oh, you're right. I was like, that would be so fun. But that was just a side thought. Let me finish this mission. Unless I did. Oh. Okay. King crab. That's a new one. No. They're dancing too. Sorry, didn't mean to stop the party. Oh my gosh. Hi, Kaka. Sorry, I didn't see your message. How are you doing today? Ah! Hi, Justin. Nice to see you again. I'm good. How are you? Eee. That's good. Booyah. I did pick up my gold. Okay, Classy, I'm back to the world. Oh, it's the Crab Prince. Are you going to the world event? At town? Okay. I have to remember where town is. Hopefully I do. Unless I'm going the wrong direction. Tell you a bedtime story, like what? I do know a few, but they're kind of long. I think I'm going the wrong way. Well, crappers. What does that mean? Okay. So let me turn it down then. It's been a while since I've read one, but it's a Russian one. Okay. Sorry, they're talking to me over here. But I believe it's called Beautiful Vasilisa. I think it's Vasilisa. And let me think. So this one, oh my gosh, it's been a long time since I read it. I feel like I'm gonna mess it up. Ugh, now you got me nervous since you asked. Let me think. I'd have to look over the story real quick. Let me get my book real quick. The Ugly Barnacle. Let me see. This is actually kind of true. I do kind of shrink. Just a little bit. Let's see. I might have a few pages folded. I might. Maybe not. Ooh, the Firebird in Princess Vasilisa is good too. Word of the day? No, this isn't word of the day. Kakao asked for a bedtime story, so I'm trying to find one. No. Let me see. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm reading through all the names of the stories. I have to figure out which one it is. Because there's a lot of where they use Vasilisa or Vasilushka. Vasilushka, I believe, is how you say it. What do you mean? What do you mean? What does that mean? It's like, if you mean ushka, I think it's similar to, like in Spanish when you're saying, hita, or, hito, and you add it to the end of something, it's like to give it more of a personal name or something. Or ito, ita. That's okay. You can listen and learn. Oh, here it is. Vasilisa the Beautiful. 439. Let me get there. Oh, na, 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 oh, na, na, oh, na, 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 oh, oh. Here it is. Okay, I've got it. Vasilisa the Beautiful. In a certain kingdom there lived a merchant. Although he had been married for 12 years, he had only one daughter, called Vasilisa the Beautiful. When the girl was 8 years old, her mother died. On her deathbed, the merchant's wife called her daughter, took a doll from under her coverlet, gave it to the girl and said, "Listen." Oh my gosh, this is so hard to say. Vasily Sushka. Vasily Sushka. Remember and heed my words. I am dying, and together with my maternal blessing, I leave you this doll. Always keep it with you and do not show it to anyone. If you get into trouble, give the doll food and ask its advice. When it has eaten, it will tell you what to do in your trouble. Then the mother kissed her child and died. After his wife's death, the merchant mourned as is proper, and then began to think of marrying again. He was a handsome man and had no difficulty in finding a bride, but he liked best a certain widow, because she was elderly and had 2 daughters of her own, of almost the same age as Vasilisa. So he thought that she was an experienced housewife and mother. He had married, so he married her, but was deceived, for she did not turn out to be a good mother for his Vasilisa. Vasilisa was the most beautiful girl in the village. Her stepmother and stepsisters were jealous of her beauty and tormented her by giving her all kinds of work to do, hoping that she would go thin from toil and tan from exposure to the wind and sun. In truth, she had a most miserable life. But Vasilisa bore all this without complaint and became lovelier and more buxom every day, while the stepmother and her daughters grew thin and ugly from spite, although they always sat with folded hands like ladies. How did all this come about? Vasilisa was helped by her doll. Without its aid, the girl could never have managed all that work. In return, Vasilisa sometimes did not eat, but kept the choicest morsels for her doll. And at night, when everyone was asleep, she would lock herself in the little room in which she lived, and would give the doll a treat, saying, "Now, little doll, eat and listen to my troubles. I live in my father's house, but am deprived of all joy. A wicked stepmother is driving me from the white world. Tell me how I should live and what I should do." The doll would eat, then would give her advice and comfort her in her trouble, and in the morning she would perform all the chores for Vasilisa, who rested in the shade and picked flowers while the flower beds were weeded, the cabbage sprayed, the water brought in, and the stove fired. The doll even showed Vasilisa an herb that would protect her from sunburn. She led an easy life thanks to her doll. Several years went by. Vasilisa grew up and reached the marriage age. She was wooed by all the young men in the village, but no one would even look at the stepmother's daughters. The stepmother was more spiteful than ever, and her answer to all the suitors was, "I will not give the youngest in marriage before the elder ones." And each time she sent a suitor away, she vented her anger on Vasilisa in cruel blows. One day, the merchant had to leave home for a long time in order to trade in distant lands. The stepmother moved to another house. Near that house was a thick forest, and in a glade of that forest there stood a hut, and in the hut lived Baba Yaga. She never allowed anyone to come near her, and ate human beings as if they were chickens. Having moved into the new house, the merchant's wife, hating Vasilisa, repeatedly sent the girl to the woods for one thing or another, but each time Vasilisa returned home safe and sound. Her doll had showed her the way and kept her far from Baba Yaga's hut. What? Okay. I'm gonna keep reading, so if he's gone, he's going on his own. Autumn came. The stepmother gave evening work to all 3 maidens. The oldest had to make lace, the second had to knit stockings, and Vasilisa had to spin, and each one had to finish her task. The stepmother put out the lights all over the house, leaving only one candle in the room where the girls worked, and went to bed. The girls worked. The candle began to smoke. One of the sisters took up scissors to trim it, but instead, following her mother's order, she snuffed it out, as though inadvertently. What? Is it okay? Is it okay, Kaka, or no? You want me to move on to something else? Okay. Do you want it? Do you like it, or do you want something else? I still have more to read, but you like the story? Okay. So let me keep going. Okay. The candle began to smoke. One of the sisters took up a scissors to trim it, but instead, following her mother's order, she snuffed it out, as though inadvertently. "What shall we do now?" said the girls. "There is no light in the house, and our tasks are not finished. Someone must run to Baba Yaga and get some light." "The pins on my lace shall give me light," said the one who was making lace. "I shall not go." "I shall not go either," said the one who was knitting stockings. "My knitting needles give me light." "Then you must go," both of them cried to their stepsister. "Go to Baba Yaga." And they pushed Vasilisa out of the room. She went into her own little room, put the supper she had prepared before her doll, and said, "Now, dolly, eat, and aid me in my time of need. They are sending me to Baba Yaga for a light, and she will eat me up." The doll ate the supper, and its eyes gleamed like 2 candles. "Fear not, Vasilisushka," it said. "Go where you are sent, only keep me with you all of the time." Okay. It said, "With me in your pocket, you will suffer no harm from Baba Yaga." Vasilisa made ready, put her doll in her pocket, and having made the sign of the cross, went into the deep forest. She walked in fear and trembling. Suddenly a horseman galloped past her. His face was white, he was dressed in white, his horse was white, and his horse's trappings were white. Daybreak came to the woods. She walked on further, and a second horseman galloped past her. He was all red, he was dressed in red, and his horse was red. The sun began to rise. Vasilisa walked the whole night and the whole day, and only on the following evening did she come to the glade where Baba Yaga's hut stood. The fence around the hut was made of human bones, and on the spikes were human skulls with staring eyes. The doors had human legs for doorposts, human hands for bolts, and a mouth with sharp teeth in place of a lock. Vasilisa was numb with horror and stood rooted on the spot. Suddenly another horseman rode by. He was all black, he was dressed in black, and his horse was black. He galloped up to Baba Yaga's door and vanished, as though the earth had swallowed him up. Night came, but the darkness did not last long. The eyes of all the skulls on the fence began to gleam, and the glade was as bright as day. Vasilisa shuddered with fear, but not knowing where to run, remained on the spot. Soon a terrible noise resounded through the woods. The trees crackled, the dry leaves rustled. From the woods Baba Yaga drove out in a mortar, prodding it on with a pestle, and sweeping her traces with a broom. She rode up to the gate, stopped, and sniffing the air around her cried, "I believe it's Fi. So, Fi, I smell a Russian smell. Who is here?" Vasilisa came up to the old witch, and trembling with fear, bowed low to her and said, "It is I, grandmother. My stepsisters sent me to get some light." "Very well," said Baba Yaga. "I know them. But before I give you the light, you must live with me and work for me. If not, I will eat you up." Then she turned to the gate and cried, "Hey, my strong bolts, unlock. Open up my wide gate." The gate opened, and Baba Yaga drove in whistling. Vasilisa followed her, and then everything closed again. Having entered the room, Baba Yaga stretched herself out in her chair and said to Vasilisa, "Serve me what is in the stove. I am hungry." Vasilisa lit a torch from the skulls on the fence and began to serve Yaga the food from the stove. And enough food had been prepared for 10 people. She brought, I believe it's kvass, mead, beer, and wine from the cellar. The old witch ate and drank everything, leaving for Vasilisa only a little cabbage soup, a crust of bread, and a piece of pork. Then Baba Yaga made ready to go to bed and said, "Tomorrow after I go, see to it that you sweep the yard, clean the hut, cook the dinner, wash the linen, and go to the corn bin and sort out a bushel of wheat. And let everything be done, or I will eat you up." Having given these orders, Baba Yaga began to snore. Vasilisa set the remnants of the old witch's supper before her doll, wept bitter tears, and said, "Here, dolly, eat and aid me in my need. Baba Yaga has given me a hard task to do and threatens to eat me up if I do not do it all. Help me." The doll answered, "Fear not, Vasilisa the Beautiful. Eat your supper, say your prayers, and go to sleep. The morning is wiser than the evening." Very early next morning, Vasilisa awoke. After Baba Yaga had arisen and looked out the window, the eyes of the skulls were going out. Then the white horseman flashed by, and it was daybreak. Baba Yaga went out into the yard, whistled, and the mortar, pestle, and broom appeared before her. The red horseman flashed by, and the sun rose. Baba Yaga sat in the mortar, prodded it on with the pestle, and swept her traces with the broom. Vasilisa remained alone, looked about Baba Yaga's hut, was amazed at the abundance of everything, and stopped wondering which work she should do first. For lo and behold, all the work was done. The doll was picking the last shreds of... chaff? I'm sorry, I don't know what that word is, but from the wheat. "Ah, my savior," said Vasilisa to her doll, "you have delivered me from death." "All you have to do," answered the doll, creeping into Vasilisa's pocket, "is to cook the dinner. Cook it with the help of God, and then rest, for your health's sake." When evening came, Vasilisa set the table and waited for Baba Yaga. Dusk began to fall. The black horseman flashed by the gate, and night came. Only the skull's eyes were shining. The trees crackled, the leaves rustled. Baba Yaga was coming. Vasilisa met her. "Is everything done?" asked Yaga. "Please see for yourself, grandmother," said Vasilisa. Baba Yaga looked at everything, was annoyed that there was nothing she could complain about, and said, "Very well then." Then she cried, "My faithful servants, my dear friends, grind my wheat." 3 pairs of hands appeared, took the wheat, and carried it out of sight. Baba Yaga ate her fill, made ready to go to sleep, and again gave her orders to Vasilisa. "Tomorrow," she commanded, "do the same work you have done today, and in addition, take the poppy seed from the bin and get rid of the dust, grain by grain." Someone threw dust into the bins out of spite. Having said this, the old witch turned to the wall and began to snore, and Vasilisa set about feeding her doll. The doll ate and spoke as she had spoken the day before. "Pray to God and go to sleep. The morning is wiser than the evening. Everything will be done, Vasilisushka." Next morning, Baba Yaga again left the yard in her mortar, and Vasilisa and the doll soon had all the work done. The old witch came back, looked at everything, and cried, "My faithful servants, my dear friends, press the oil out of the poppy seed." 3 pairs of hands appeared, took the poppy seed, and carried it out of sight. Baba Yaga sat down to dine. She ate, and Vasilisa stood silent. "Why do you not speak to me?" said Baba Yaga. "You stand there as though you were dumb." "I did not dare to speak," said Vasilisa, "but if you'll give me leave, I'd like to ask you something." "Go ahead." "But not every question has a good answer. If you know too much, you will soon grow old." "I want to ask you, grandmother, only about what I've seen. As I was on my way to you, a horseman on a white horse, all white himself and dressed in white, overtook me. Who is he?" "He is my bright day," said Baba Yaga. "Then another horseman overtook me. He had a red horse, was red himself, and was dressed in red. Who is he?" "He is my red son." "And who is the black horseman whom I met at your very gate, grandmother?" "He is my dark knight. And all of them are my faithful servants." Vasilisa remembered the 3 pairs of hands, but kept silent. "Why don't you ask me more?" said Baba Yaga. "That will be enough," Vasilisa replied. "You said yourself, grandmother, that one who knows too much will grow old soon." "It is well," said Baba Yaga, "that you ask only about what you have seen outside my house, not inside my house. I do not like to have my dirty linen washed in public, and I eat the overcurious. Now I shall ask you something. How do you manage to do the work I set for you?" "I am helped by the blessing of my mother," said Vasilisa. "So that is what it is," shrieked Baba Yaga. "Get you gone, blessed daughter. I want no blessed ones in my house." She dragged Vasilisa out of the room and pushed her outside the gate, took a skull with burning eyes from the fence, stuck it on a stick, and gave it to the girl, saying, "Here is your light for your stepsisters. Take it. That is what they sent you for." Vasilisa ran homeward by the light of the skull, which went out only at daybreak, and by nightfall of the following day she reached the house. As she approached the gate, she was about to throw the skull away, thinking that surely they no longer needed a light in the house. But suddenly a dull voice came from the skull, saying, "Do not throw me away. Take me to your stepmother." She looked at the stepmother's house, and seeing that there was no light in the windows, decided to enter with her skull. For the first time, she was received kindly. Her stepmother and stepsisters told her that since she had left, they had no fire in the house. They were unable to strike a flame themselves, and whatever light was brought by the neighbors went out the moment it was brought into the house. "Perhaps your fire will last," said the stepmother. The skull was brought into the room, and its eyes kept staring at the stepmother and her daughters, and burned them. They tried to hide, but wherever they went, the eyes followed them. By morning, they were all burned to ashes. Only Vasilisa remained untouched by the fire. In the morning, Vasilisa buried the skull in the ground, locked up the house, and went to the town. A certain childless old woman gave her shelter, and there she lived, waiting for her father's return. One day she said to the woman, "I am weary of sitting without work, grandmother. Buy me some flax, the best you can get. At least I shall be spinning." The old woman bought good flax, and Vasilisa set to work. She spun as fast as lightning, and her threads were even and thin as a hair. She spun a great deal of yarn, and it was time to start weaving it. But no comb fine enough for Vasilisa's yarn could be found, and no one would undertake to make one. Vasilisa asked her doll for aid. The doll said, "Bring me an old comb, an old shuttle, and a horse's mane. I will make a loom for you." Vasilisa got everything that was required and went to sleep, and during the night the doll made a wonderful loom for her. By the end of the winter the linen was woven, and it was so fine that it could be passed through a needle like a thread. In the spring the linen was bleached, and Vasilisa said to the old woman, "Grandmother, sell this linen, and keep the money for yourself." The old woman looked at the linen and gasped, "No, take it to the palace." The old woman went to the Tsar's palace and walked back and forth beneath the windows. The Tsar saw her and asked, "What do you want, old woman?" "Your Majesty," she answered, "I have brought rare merchandise. I do not want to show it to anyone but you." The Tsar ordered her to be brought before him, and when he saw the linen he was amazed. "What do you want for it?" asked the Tsar. "It has no price, little father Tsar. I've brought it as a gift to you." The Tsar thanked her and rewarded her with gifts. The Tsar ordered shirts to be made of the linen. It was cut, but nowhere could they find a seamstress who was willing to sew them. For a long time they tried to find one, but in the end the Tsar summoned the old woman and said, You have known how to spin and weave such fine linen. You must know to sew shirts of it." "It was not I that spun and wove this linen, your Majesty," said the old woman. "This is the work of a maiden to whom I give shelter." "Then let her sew the shirts," ordered the Tsar. The old woman returned home and told everything to Vasilisa. "I knew all the time," said Vasilisa to her, "that I would have to do this work." She locked herself in her room and set to work. She sewed without rest, and soon a dozen shirts were ready. The old woman took them to the Tsar, and Vasilisa washed herself, combed her hair, dressed in her finest clothes, and sat at the window. She sat there waiting to see what would happen. She saw a servant of the Tsar entering the courtyard. The messenger came into the room and said, "The Tsar wishes to see the needlewoman who made his shirts, and wishes to reward her with his own hands." Vasilisa appeared before the Tsar. When the Tsar saw Vasilisa the Beautiful, he fell madly in love with her. "No, my beauty," he said, "I will not separate from you. You shall be my wife." He took Vasilisa by her white hands, seated her by his side, and the wedding was celebrated at once. Soon Vasilisa's father returned, was overjoyed at her good fortune, and came to live in his daughter's house. Vasilisa took the old woman into her home too, and carried her doll in her pocket till the end of her life. The end. Okay. Yes, it is. It is like the Russian version of it. It's a lot of fairy tales we know, it's just... Yes, I could agree with that. She's just a little crazy. Yeah, I like the Russian versions of it. I tried reading Chinese fairy tales, and the Japanese ones, but they were way too vulgar. They're a lot. They were just crazy. Some of them were just crazy. But it didn't even make any sense with the story either. It was just like out of nowhere. Craziness. So I don't know. I was like, there was this one I was reading. It was the monk. I think Kaka is... I don't know if Kaka's still here. If it was good for them, that's good for me, but... Here, just one second. Sorry. What was I saying? Oh, so it was like the monk and the black serpent. I couldn't really tell the story, but it was something along those lines of the name of it. And there was like 10 of that story in the same book. It was just slightly different versions of it. I don't know what was up with that. But well, I mean, if they liked it, that's good. But did you fall asleep, Classy? Monk. M-O-N-K. Not. Yes. That's partially what made it so wild. Yes. Mm-hmm. Are you heading out for tonight, Justin? Oh, so you're just saying have a great night or day? Oh, really? Wow. So you're not falling asleep at all. That's good. But there's... Yeah, I don't think Classy's awake. Are you still here? Either he's not answering or he might have fallen asleep. I'm from my mother. Kaka, did you fall asleep? Or no? Or no? We'll have to do something better next time. Don't lie. Don't lie. I don't know. Would y'all want that again? Are you talking to me? Or are you talking to Justin? 10 out of 10? That's good. I'm glad you liked it. Not really. I mean, maybe that's my family, but I've known a few families that will do it for the girls, but I don't think that was really me and my family, so. I don't know, should I do that again or no? Like, y'all can ask, and I will if you ask, but just be honest. Be like, we don't want that. Okay. I'm gonna trust y'all. I'm gonna trust you on that. Caca. What do you think? For ending stream? That would be a good idea. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I like that. Oh yeah? Okay. Well, Classy hasn't been back. Oh my gosh, I wonder if he really did. That's hilarious. So, now it feels like it should end. Now that I read that, I'm like, it kind of does feel like a closing thing. It does feel like a closing thing. Does that make sense? No? Uh-huh. Oh my gosh, I got all bitten up. I was doing weeds for, basically we have okay. Basically for the neighborhood, I get paid with my sister and me. We do, they're called islands, and they're what's in the middle of the road when you're driving. So it's like into a neighborhood. So they're these huge ones. They're just horrible. They're horrible. And this weather doesn't help. So, you gotta put on the sunscreen. You gotta, and I can't use bug spray because bug spray makes it worse. But there were a bunch of fire ants. So they were... What do you mean? No. So, an island in a road is not quite like a crosswalk. But technically it's a concrete curb all around it. And then on the inside you put rocks, plants, whatever. It's like decorating it, I guess, in an area. Yes, in the middle of the road. I'm gonna have to take a picture and explain it to you because I don't think you understand. But I'll take a picture when I'm doing it next time. But, yeah, there's a bunch of fire ant bites. I hate it. But I was in a way better situation than my sister. My sister and my mom both had old perfume on, like, that they had put on the day before. So they were all just, there were gnats at their eyes and, like, while they were trying to work and stuff. Yeah, fire ants. You don't know what fire ants are? They're like crimson colored, and when they bite you, it's like, it's literally fire feeling. Like it'll just start tingling, and you get a bunch of little bites you can feel when they're doing it. They might be known as red ants, but they're very feisty. Very feisty. But my sister, obviously we're putting our hands in the dirt and the rocks and everything. Oh yes, I'm fine. It's not like I'm allergic to them or anything. But they just hurt. They just hurt like crazy and they itch. So it's like very distracting. But my sister, she we're obviously weeding with our hands and everything, so it's like she's going from the root of the weed, and so all of them just start going up her hand, and it's like, oh my god. I wear gloves because I'm not an idiot. I wear gloves, so yes, it's disgusting. But so I wear gloves because I'm not into that. But she's all like, I literally asked her right before we left, I said, are you gonna go get some yard gloves, because last time you complained? And she was like, I didn't complain, I'm not getting gloves. And so I was like, okay, I have some, but I'm not sharing with you. And so we get there and she starts getting stickers in her hands and having to pull them off of her skin, and she's getting all the fire ants, and so it was wonderful. It was wonderful. But vinegar? Yes, that's how you spell it. The second one. Like apple cider vinegar or what? I think there's different kinds, right? Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay. Good to know. I see. I remember. I think I've talked about it before. But I was. Yes. I'll remember, don't worry. Just ask me. No. Go on. I already forgot. I forgot. So go ahead. Go ahead. I set myself up a little bit there. I know, but it's true. Yes. Okay, I remember now, but still ask. Oh my Okay. No, I've told y'all about when I got stung in the middle of my hand by a bee, right? But I remember we used baking soda on that, not vinegar. So I don't know what the difference for that would be, but that was baking soda. So now continue. That was all. Chalk. What was your question? What was your question? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm not. Oh my gosh. Really? No. No, because right there. They're all there. I just, yeah, they just don't really fit in the camera anymore, so. Okay. I'm actually gonna go in a few minutes too, but Bo's being clingy. Bye, Justin. Thank you for coming on. Yeah. My nose tickles. Have a great day. I know. Thank you. You too, Justin. You too. Have a horrible day. Let me see though. Yes, it was nice to see you again, Justin. No, but I have a picture of her this morning. Though. Yes, see you soon. But yeah, she likes to lay right here. I did! I did show you. There. Yeah, she likes to lay right here. She really wanted hugs and kisses today. She was like, and then just lays on you. She was talking a lot. She's been having a hard time falling asleep at night, so she keeps running around and just talking to everyone when they're all in bed. So she's having a hard time with that. But I think I'm gonna get off for tonight though, because I'm tired and I have to get everything done and packed, and I didn't want to. But since everyone either fell asleep anyways, she just talks. She's like, and then she's like, and she does it with her little mouth too. She's like, she's so cute. And she's like, she talks though and everything, and you're like, what? And she's like, I don't think so. That's crazy. But anyways, try cats. What? So wild. That's what's funny. So I can not that I can talk to animals. That is not it at all. I have no idea what they're saying. They have no idea what I'm saying. But like I can do sheep sounds. I've done cow sounds. And I've done dog and cats and horses. And they all look at me and come up to me, usually when I do it. So, I would think that I say something. I don't know what. But they'll come up to me. Sheep? I've done sheep on here. I've done it before. Oh my gosh, I'm supposed to get off. So, I'm gonna get off for tonight. But I will be on tomorrow. Yes. Bye-bye. Good night, Kaka. Thank you for coming on. Good night, everyone.